Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Azka Nursya'ban. My student's number is 232122016 and I'm from class B. Today I will be presenting about explicit grammar instruction, and in this presentation I will explain what this method means, its main principles and its procedure. I will also include classroom examples to make it clear. First, let's start with the definition. According to Nursya'ban and Photos in 2011, explicit grammar instruction is a method where grammar rules are directly explained to students before practice. So, explicit grammar instruction refers to teaching grammar directly and consciously. In this approach, the teacher explains grammar rules clearly, often using metalinguistic terms such as subject, verb, or clause. The goal is to help learners become aware of how grammar works before they try to use it in communication. Next, let's talk about the key principles of this method. First, focus on conscious learning of grammar rules. Grammar learning is a cognitive process. This means it's like learning other mental skills. We start by understanding rules and then we practice them until they become automatic. Second, students move from declarative knowledge to procedural knowledge. Declarative knowledge means knowing the rule, while procedural knowledge means being able to use the rule correctly in real communication. Third, practice is essential. After understanding a rule, learners need repeated and meaningful practice to store it in long-term memory. Fourth, explicit instruction aims for both accuracy and fluency. Accuracy through form-focused explanation, and fluency through a later communicative use. Now let's move on to the procedure. Explicit grammar instruction usually follows the triple P model, which stands for presentation, practice, and production. This model is widely discussed in Nursya'ban and Photos in 2011 as a classic example of explicit instruction in practice. Stage 1 is presentation. Here, the teacher introduces the new grammar rule explicitly. It might start with a short text, dialogue, or short story that contains the target form. Then the teacher explains how the structure works, gives examples, and maybe writes the rule on the board. The goal here is to help learners understand the new form consciously. Stage 2 is practice. This stage focuses on accuracy. Students do exercises like gap filling, matching, or transformation drills. The practice starts in a very controlled way and becomes gradually freer. The idea is to help students gain confidence and accuracy before moving to freer use. Stage 3 is production. Here, learners are encouraged to use the grammar rule in communicative tasks like short dialogues, role plays, or writing tasks. This stage focuses more on fluency and natural use, so overall, learners move from understanding to controlled practice to communicative use. Now let's take a look at an example of me teaching gerunds using explicit grammar instruction. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. How are you today? Morning. Good, great. Okay, so let's start today's lesson with a short dialogue. Can I ask one of you to read this dialogue with me? Lina, can you? Okay. So I will be A and you will be B. Hi Rina, what do you usually do on weekends?
Hey Azka, I like playing badminton and watching movies. What about you?
Oh, I enjoy watching movies too. What about studying?
I don't enjoy studying that much.
Okay, thank you Lina. So guys, the people in this conversation, they use playing, watching, and studying, and those are gerunds. Those are examples of gerunds. So today we are going to learn about that. So we're going to learn about gerunds. So, a gerund is a verb in the verbing form that behaves like a noun. And it allows actions to be talked about as ideas, subjects, or objects in a sentence. Now we're going to learn the 5 functions of gerunds. The first one is gerund a subject. A subject tells who or what does the action. When a gerund is used as a subject, it appears at the beginning of the sentence, like this example. Swimming is good exercise. Swimming here is the beginning of the sentence. And then the next function is gerund as direct object. A direct object receives the action of the verb. Some verbs are followed by gerunds like enjoy, like, love, avoid, finish, consider, or suggest. For example, here, I enjoy reading novels.
The next function is gerund as indirect object. An indirect object usually shows to whom or for whom something is done. Sometimes a gerund can appear as the receiver of something indirectly, especially after verbs like give or offer. Like for example here, he gave teaching his full attention. Here, teaching received something, which is his full attention. The next function is gerund as object of a preposition. Gerunds are the only verb forms that can follow prepositions like in, on, of, about, for, to, without, before, after, like that. Example here is that she's interested in learning English and they talk about going abroad. And the last function is gerund as subject complement. A subject complement follows a linking verb like be, seem, or become, and it renames or describes the subject. When that complement is gerund, it tells what the subject is or does. For example here, my favorite activity is dancing. Alright, now I have a little exercise for you. I want you to fill the blank for number 1. Blank helps you stay fit. The verb here is exercise. You can answer number 1. Okay, Renata, what is it?
I think exercising helps you stay fit.
Okay, correct. Good job. Who wants to answer number 2? Okay, Renata.
Then the answer of number 2 is this type of reading.
Very good. So you all have used gerunds correctly in different sentence positions. Now let's move on to another practice. Let's use gerunds in real communication. I want two of you to practice the communicative use of gerunds using these examples. Renata and Benedova, can you come up to the class and make a short dialogue? Okay, thank you. I want you to ask each other about your hobbies. Go ahead.
Hello Renata, what's your favorite hobby? Hello Nelpa. My hobby is I really enjoy watching movies.
Okay. What about you?
I enjoy playing guitar.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah. You guys have demonstrated the real communicative use of gerunds. Okay, guys. So before we end today's class, I want you to remember if you found verb in the form of ing, it is used like a noun. It is a gerund. So that's it for our lesson today. I want you guys to keep practicing at home. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So, in short, explicit grammar instruction helps learners move from knowing the rules to using them effectively. It's a method that values both knowledge and practice and both accuracy and fluency. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.